Today I am going to explain problems on convolution theorem. Here the convolution theorem statement is if z inverse of un equals to u of n and z inverse of a of z equals to v of n, then z inverse operated on u of z into v of z equals to u of n star v of n equals to summation of m equal to 0 to n u m v n minus m. This is a statement of convolution theorem. I mean, to use convolution theorem, we need two sequences or two functions in terms of n. First, here z inverse operated on function in z u of z, then u of z will be changed as u of n. Second, z inverse operated on second function v of z, then that function will be changed as v of n. Now z inverse operated on product of two functions, both functions defined in terms of z, then the result is un star vn, where star is a convolution operator. Convolution is nothing but product between two functions un and vn, both are defined in terms of n. The result, the star product expansion can be taken as summation of m equals to 0 to n. First sequence n place is m. Second sequence n place is n minus m. This is the main point. Once again, z inverse operated on product of two functions, both functions in terms of z, then the result, the same expression defined as un star vn. Here both functions defined in terms of n, between there is a operator, convolution operator. Convolution is nothing but product operator is there. Expansion of this operator is summation of m equals to 0 to n. Here first sequence as it is, but in place of n, what is the symbol m? Second sequence also as it is, but in place of n, thus is corresponding value is n minus m. This is the statement of convolution theorem. Here the convolution theorem plays an important role in the solution of difference equations. I mean, using this statement we can find the given difference equation. So that the first problem, use convolution theorem to evaluate z inverse of z square by z minus a z minus b. Here z inverse operated on this one, but to define inverse z transform of this problem, we have to use convolution theorem. According to the given question, by using convolution theorem statement, we have to find out inverse z transform of this function. To use convolution theorem, according to the statement, what we need? Two functions, both functions defined in terms of z. So that first take the given function z square by z minus a z minus b. We need two functions, so that it can be written as product of two functions z minus a into z by z minus b. Now again, if you take product of these two, again you will get the same function. The first one is z by z minus a into second one is z by z minus b. By taking product of these two, z into z square, the denominator product is z minus a z minus b. I mean, here the given function defined as product of two functions. Out of two, one function name can be taken as f of z equal to z by z minus a. Another function name can be taken as g of z equals to z by z minus a, z minus b. Now, after that, after getting two functions according to the statement, we prepared f of z, g of z, or u of z, v of z. Instead of u of z, the name given as here, f of z. Instead of v of z, the name given as here, g of z. Two functions are here. Okay. Next we need sequences. So that to get sequences, here f of z actual meaning is z transform of f of n. F of z as per standard definition of z transform, f of z equal to z of f of n, or z of f of n equal to f of z. And then z by z minus a, this is standard formula. I gave list of formulas in the previous class. So z by z minus a is formula of z of a to the power of n. By where z is a z transform operator. Now by cancellation z transform operator on both sides, there is a only sequence or function f of n equal to here an. Next, similarly, second function name is g of z equals to z by z minus b. G of z also written as z transform of g of n. Z by z minus b is the formula of z of b power n. On both sides there is a z transform operator. By cancellation this, there is a function g of n only is there. G of n equal to p of n. Now, according to the convolution theorem, we need four functions. One is f of z, g of z, f of n, g of n. According to the statement, u of z, v of z, u of n, v of n. Four functions are clear, so we can use result of convolution theorem. So that by convolution theorem, z inverse of f of z into g of z equals to f of n star g of n equals to summation of m equal to 0 to n f of m. First place n is m. Second place sequence g of n. In place of n, what is the corresponding value? N minus m. Summation of m equal to 0 to n f of m g of n minus m. Now corresponding values. Z inverse f of z value equal to z by z minus a. G of z equal to z by z minus b equals to f of n. Here there is a f of n value a power n star g of n value b of n, that equal to here summation of m equal to 0 to n f of m. This is sequence. In place of n, what we have tried according to the statement? M, a to the power of m. Second sequence as it is, but in place of n, n minus m. This is the second sequence, b to the power of, in place of n, n minus m. Okay. Now ordinary simplification, that equal to summation of m equal to 0 to n a to the power of m. In the power of b, there are two terms. It can be written as b of n into b of minus m. Here there are three terms. Now here m only takes the values m equal to 0, m equal to 1, m equal to 2, m equal to 3. Likewise, we have to every real number for m only. According to this, out of three terms, b of n is a constant. M only changes every time. You apply m equal to 0 first term plus m equal to 1, m equal to 2. So m only takes the values, so that first take out this is outside. B of n is a constant. Take it outside. Summation of m equal to 0 to n a power m b to the power of minus m. Here a to the power of b power n is outside. Summation of m equal to 0 to n a power m b power minus m. Now here power of b is negative, make it as positive, that equals to b power n into n only. Summation of m equal to 0 to n a to the power of m by b to the power of m, that equal to b to the power of n. Here summation of m equal to 0 to n. Here both are having same power, so it can be written as a by b whole to the power of m. Now apply values for m only. M equal to 0 plus m equal to 1 plus m equal to 2. Likewise expand the summation b to the power of n into m equal to 0. First term is a by b whole power 0 plus next m equal to 1 a by b whole power 1 plus a by b whole power 2 plus up to a by b whole to the power of n, that equal to b to the power of n into, this is anything to the power of 0 is 1, a by b plus a by b whole square and so on, a by b whole to the power of n. Here b of n into 1 plus a by b whole square plus up to a by b whole power n. Now this is the expression sum of n plus 1 terms are here. Now this is first term, second term up to n, including this total number of terms are here n plus 1, and it is also in geometrical progression. Second term by first term is a by b, third term by second term is a by b, so equal ratio is there. So this is called geometrical progression expression, and also here sum of the n plus 1 terms are here. So that according to the standard formula of geometrical progression, here there is a one formula. In geometrical progression, sum of the n plus 1 terms equals to a into r to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 by r minus 1, where r is greater than 1. According to this formula, we can write sum of the n terms, where r equal to common ratio. Common ratio is obtained by taking second term by first term. Now here the present series in GP, since above sum is nothing but addition of n plus 1 terms. Sum is nothing but addition of since the above sum is in GP, geometrical progression, so that R we need R equal to common ratio, which is obtained by taking second term by first term. Second term is here a by b, first term is 1, that equal to totally here r value equal to a by b. Now here left side is z inverse of z square by z minus a into z minus b equals to here b power n into addition of this r to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 by r minus 1 into a. According to the formula here, there is a formula. A is nothing but first term, a equal to t1. t1 is nothing but first term. Now in this series first term is 1, so that b to the power of n into r is a by b whole power n plus 1, here minus 1 within bracket by a by b minus 1, here a is nothing but first term value is here. In the above series a is 1, first term is 1, so that here it is 1. Okay, now ordinary simplification here. Now b power n a by b whole to the power of n plus 1 minus 1. Here the denominator will be changed as b minus a minus b by b, LCM. Now b by a minus b, the denominator will be changed as in numerator like this, b by a minus b, that equal to b power n. B can be written as b to the power of n plus 1. Both are having same base, b power n, b power 1. Now a by b whole power n plus 1 minus 1 by a minus b. This is the value of z inverse of z square by z minus a into z minus b. Here it is also written as b to the power of n plus 1, a to the power of n plus 1 by b to the power of n plus 1 minus 1. Denominator as it is. Now enter b to the power of n plus 1 into the bracket. B to the power of n plus 1 into first term is a to the power of n plus 1, b to the power of n plus 1, b to the power of n plus 1 get cancelled, minus b to the power of n plus 1 into second term by a minus b. This is z inverse of z square by z minus a into z minus b. This is the final result of inverse z transform of given function using convolution theorem. Here the second given question is using convolution theorem, evaluate the inverse Z transform of Z square by Z minus 1 Z minus 3. This is also similar to previous problem, but instead of A there is a 1, instead of B there is a 3. Now to define inverse Z transform this function we have to use convolution theorem. So to use convolution theorem what we need first? Product of the two functions. So that first given function can be expressed as product of two functions as Z by Z minus 1 into Z by Z minus 3. Product of two functions Z into Z, Z square. Denominator product you will get the same. Now out of two functions, first function name can be taken as u of z or f of z. Now let f of z or u of z equals to z by z minus 1. Second function name is v of z equals to z by z minus 3. Two functions clear. Next we need corresponding sequences. Function in n, u of z is there. From this we have to define u of n. So that u of z actual meaning is z transform of u of n. Z transform of u of n equal to u of z. Standard definition. This is z by z minus a. Z by z minus a form z transform of a power n. A is 1. A power n. Now we can cancel on both sides z transform. By cancellation that we will get u of n equal to 1 to the power of n. After that v of z. V of z actual meaning is z transform of v of n. That equal to, this is also z by z minus a form. Z by z minus a is z of a power n, where a is 3, a power n. Now on both sides there is a z transform operator, you can cancel that, then you will get v of n equals to 3 power n. Now u of z, v of z, u of n, v of n, everything is clear. Now you can use convolution theorem. Now statement of convolution theorem states as by convolution theorem z inverse of u of z into v of z expressed as u of n star v of n. Expansion is summation of m equal to 0 to n. First place n is um. Second place n is v of n minus m. This is the statement. You can write corresponding values related to present question. Z inverse of u of z is z by z minus 1. V of z is z by z minus 3. U of n here 1 to the power of n star v of n is 3 power n. According to the statement m equal to 0 to n. First place n is sequence as it is n place corresponding value is m. So that first sequence as it is, but in place of n, what is the value here according to the statement m? Second sequence as it is, but in place of n minus m. Similarly, second sequence or second function 3 as it is, in place of n, what is the value? N minus m. Now the next step is very ordinary simplification. Summation of m equal to 0 to n. 1 to the power of anything is 1. Just 3 to the power of n minus m only is there. After that, to define addition of these terms, how to write? Here, this is 3 to the power of n minus m. In the power there are two terms. It can be splitted as summation of m equal to 0 to n 3 to the power of first term into 3 to the power of second term. Now here m only takes the values, so that out of two terms 3 to the power of n is a purely constant, so that write it outside of the summation. 3 to the power of n summation of m equal to 0 to n 3 to the power of minus m. Now that equal to 3 to the power of n into, now expand the summation by writing m equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. First one is 3 power 0, m equal to 1 minus 1, m equal to 2 minus 2 and so on. Last term m equal to n. Everyone has negative power, so that it can be written as 3 power 0 is 1, 3 power minus 1 can be written as 1 by 3, 3 power minus 2 can be written as 3 square plus and so on 1 by 3 power n. 3 to the power of n into, here also sum of the n plus 1 terms. This is first term, second term, third term up to n. I mean here first start with this one, excluding this 1, 2, 3 up to n, including this n plus 1. So that excluding this n terms, including this n plus 1. So sum of the n plus 1 terms, and r value is here less than 1. 1 by 3 is less than 1. So that formula for sum of n plus 1 equal to r is 1 is greater than 1 minus r to the power of n plus 1 into a by 1 minus r. Here once again r value is 1 by 3. R equal to common ratio. Common ratio is obtained by taking second term by first term or third term by second term. This is called as common ratio. R value is second term by first term equal to 1 by 3, which is less than 1. So that the formula is sum of the n plus 1 terms can be taken as a into 1 minus r to the power of n plus 1 by 1 minus r. According to this, addition of n plus 1 terms can be written as 1 minus r to the power of n plus 1 into a by 1 minus r. A equals to first term represented by T1. In this series, first term is 1. Now by writing corresponding values over here, 3 power n, 1 minus 1 by 3 whole power n. A is 1, 1 minus 1 by 3. Just ordinary simplification. 3 power n, 1 minus 1 by 3 power n. A is 1. Here 3 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. Also written as 3 power n. 2 by 3 can be written as 3 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 3 power n. After that, this is 3 to the power of r to the power of, here n plus 1 according to the formula. What is the power here? N plus 1. N plus 1. Okay, now here 3 to the power of n plus 1 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 to the power of n plus 1. Now you can enter 3 to the power of n plus 1 into the bracket. 3 to the power of n plus 1 into first term is 3 to the power of n plus 1 minus 3 to the power of n plus 1 into second term. It cancel, 1 is there by, what is the denominator is 2. So this is the result of z inverse of z square by z minus 1 into z minus 3. Here the next given question is using convolution theorem, evaluate the inverse z transform of z by z minus a whole cube. To define inverse z transform of this function, we have to use convolution theorem. This is the condition given in the question. So that first take the function z by z minus a whole cube. Now split up this one as product of two functions. Now z by z minus a whole square into z by z minus a. Z by z minus a whole square, z by z minus a is z by z minus a whole cube. Product of two functions are here. Here z by z minus a whole square. First we have to clear z by z minus a whole square is not a direct formula, so that first we have to define result of this one using convolution theorem, and then we have to find out given function value. So that first heading can be taken as to find inverse z transform of z by z minus a whole square. So that using in convolution theorem we can define z by z minus a whole square value. So that first take the function z by z minus a whole square, also written as product of two functions z by z minus a into z by z minus a. The given function expressed in the product expressed as product of two functions. First function name can be taken as f of z equal to z by z minus a. Second function is g of z equals to z by z minus a. Now f of z actual meaning is z transform of f of n. This is the formula of z of a power n. Now z get cancel on both sides, f of n equal to a power n. Here right side g of z can be written as z transform of g of n. This is also z by z minus a standard formula, z of a power n. Now we can cancel on both sides z transform operator. By cancellation this g of n equal to a power n. Now f of z, g of z, f of n, g of n. We can use convolution theorem by convolution statement or convolution theorem. Z inverse of f of z, g of z equals to f of n star g of n. Star is nothing but convolution operator. Expansion is summation of m equal to 0 to n. If first place n is m. Here second place sequence as it is, in place of n, n minus m. This is the most important result. After that, corresponding values according to the present question. F of z is z by z minus a into z by z minus b. So that g of z also same, that equal to f of n a power n star. Second one also a power n, summation of m equal to 0 to n. First sequence as it is, in place of n only we have to write according to this m, a power m. Second sequence also same, but in place of n, n minus m equals to summation of m equal to 0 to n, a power m. Here there are two terms in the power. It can be split as a to the power of first term, a to the power of second term. There are three terms, but only m only takes the values out of three terms. A power n is a constant. Here there is no m, so that it is constant. A power n is outside. M equal to 0 to n, a to the power of m. This is already outside. Next one is a to the power of minus m. Here base same, you can add the powers. A power n into summation of m equal to 0 to infinity, a to the power of m, addition of powers equal to 0 plus m minus m 0. A power 0 is 1. Left side is z inverse of product of these two functions. Numerator z into z is z square. Z minus a into z minus a, z minus a whole square. After that also written as z inverse of z by z minus a whole square equal to a to the power of n into, here summation of m equal to 0 to n, a power 0 is 1. After that a power n into, here summation of ones. How many ones are here? For 0 1, for 1 1, for number 2 n 1. Likewise here how many number of ones are here? N plus 1 ones. For example, for m equal to 0, for example, consider this one as 1 to the power of m, 1 power 0, next 1 power 1, 1 power 2, 1 power 3, plus and so on, 1 to the power of n. How many ones are here? This is 1. From this, how many ones? N ones. N ones including this one is n plus 1. So the total number of ones, n plus 1 ones. So this is the result of z inverse of z by z minus a whole square value. Now z inverse of z by z minus a whole square cleared as a power n into n plus 1. But actually we need z inverse of z by z minus a whole cube. Here in the first step, we split it as z by z minus a whole cube equals to z by z minus a whole square into z by z minus a. We cleared z by z minus a whole square value. So that first take the equation. Given function is z by z minus a whole cube. This is the given function. It is written as z by z minus a whole square z by z minus a. Product of two functions. Both functions defined in terms of z. Out of two, first one, name. Let u of z or v of z, anyone you can take. So that first u of z equals to z by z minus a whole square. V of z equals to z by z minus a. U of z is z of u of n. This is just we cleared here. Z inverse of z by z minus a whole square equal to a power n into z plus a. So that this is z by z minus a whole square is z transform of a to the power of n into n plus 1. Once again, z inverse of z by z minus a whole square equal to a power n into n plus 1. Then z by z minus a whole square only equal to, now you should write z inverse opposite side. Then z inverse will be changed as z of a power n into n plus 1. Here look at this. Now z inverse of z by z minus a whole square equal to, this is only z by z minus a whole square only equals to z of n into a power n into n plus 1. So that in place of z by z minus a whole square, what we can write here? Z of a power n into n plus 1. According to this, here also z by z minus a whole square equal to z of a power n into n plus 1. We can cancel on both sides z transform. So that only function in terms of n, un equal to a power n into n plus 1. After that, second one, v of z, also written as z transform of v of n. This is z transform of a power n. V of n only equals to a power n. Now here u of z, v of z, u of n, v of n. Four functions are here. You can use convolution theorem. By convolution theorem, z inverse of u of z into v of z equals to u of n star g v of n equal to summation of m equal to 0 to n u of m into v of n minus m. Statement of convolution theorem. Corresponding values. Z inverse of, in the present given question, u of z is z by z minus a whole square into v of z is z by z minus a. According to this, u of n is a power n into n plus 1 star v of n is a power n, that equal to summation of m equal to 0 to n um. First sequence n place is m, am m plus 1. Second sequence n place is a to the power of n minus m. Look at the board. First place n is m only. Second sequence n place is n minus m. Now simplification of this one only. That equal to, here base same, you can add the powers. Summation of m equal to 0 to n a to the power of m plus n minus m into m plus 1. After that, here plus m minus m get cancelled. Here a power n only is there, which is constant. Why? Because m only takes the values, so that it is outside. Summation of m equals to 0 to n m plus 1. Now I have tried addition of m plus 1 terms by writing m equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. A power n is as it is. After that, m equal to 0 first term is 1, m equal to 1 second term is 2, m equal to 2 3, last term is m equal to n plus 1. By writing m values in place of m equal to 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, m equal to 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, m equal to 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, m equal to last term is n plus 1. Now sum of the n plus 1 terms. And now we had in a, this is in geometric, this is not in geometric progression, arithmetic progression. In arithmetic progression, sum of n terms equal to n into n plus 1 to n plus 1 by 2. Here the present series is in GP, no GP, arithmetic progression. Sum of the n plus 1 terms. The first natural numbers, sum of the first natural numbers, n natural numbers equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the standard formula in arithmetic progression. But here how many number of terms? N plus 1 terms. So that sum of the n plus 1 terms equals to in place of n, we have to write n plus 1. Here n is n plus 1. Write n in place of n plus 1. N plus 1 plus 1 is n plus 2 by 2. So sum of the n terms is, this is formula. Sum of the n plus 1 terms is, this is the formula in arithmetic progression. According to this, here also a to the power of n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. This is the value of z inverse of z by z minus a whole cube. This is most important problem. Here the next given question is, show that 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial equals to 2 to the power of n by n factorial. Here star product is there. So that to prove the given result, we have to use star product related statement. Star product relation is nothing but convolution theorem statement is useful to define result of this product only. So that first, before going to prove this result according to the convolution theorem, we have to know two formulas. The first formula is NCR, binomial coefficient NCR formula is n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. The second useful formula is NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2 plus and so on NCn equals to sum of the binomial coefficients equals to x plus y whole power n. As per that, first term is 1, second term is 1, 1 plus 1 whole power n equal to 2 to the power of n. Now NCR formula and sum of the binomial formula useful to define result of given question. First take the given question. Here given that 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial. Here star is there. Star actually called as in this chapter convolution operator. So according to the convolution operator, convolution statement taken as convolution statement is, here the present problem start with star, so that our statement also can be written as, here u of n star v of n equal to summation of m equal to 0 to n um v to the power of n minus m. Here u of n star v of n equals to, according to the statement of convolution theorem, star expansion can be taken as summation of m equal to 0 to n u m. First place n is m, v of second place n is n minus m. Corresponding values 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial summation of m equal to 0 to n u of m 1 by first place n is m factorial, second place n is, according to this, n minus m factorial. Okay, after that 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial equals to, now here summation of m equal to, expand the summation by writing m values, m equal to 0. For 0, here the corresponding term is 0 factorial 1 by n minus 0 is n factorial plus 1 by m equal to 1 factorial 1 by n minus 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial, here n minus 2 factorial plus and so on. Last term is 1 by n equal to, m equal to, what is the last term? M. So that here 1 by n factorial, in place of m, what is the last term? M. 1 by n factorial n minus n factorial. Now 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial equal to, this is only 1 by n factorial, 0 factorial value is 1, so that first term value is 1 by n factorial, second term can be written as 1 by n minus 1 factorial into 1 factorial plus 1 by, it is also written as n minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial plus and so on 1 by n factorial. N minus n is 0 factorial is 1. Now this is similar to first formula form. Here all of you look at this one, first formula, n minus r factorial. Here also in every denominator n minus r factorial, n minus r factorial. But in numerator what we need? N factorial. To get this one type of formula, take out 1 by n factorial as common. 1 by n factorial as common. Then this is equals to 1. Now here the second term will be changed as n factorial by n minus 1 factorial 1 factorial plus here also n factorial by n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial and so on. 1 by n factorial is outside, this is 1. After that 1 by n factorial 1 plus, this is the formula of, before we discussed already about that formula, n factorial by n minus r factorial can be written as NCR. Here also this is NC1, second term is NC2 and so on. Last term instead of 1 we can write it is NCN also. Simply now here 1 by n factorial, 1 also written as NC0, NC1, NC2 plus and so on NCN. Now this is similar to second formula of note point, sum of the binomial coefficients equals to 2 to the power of n. Exactly our last step also similar to this, so that 1 by n factorial, sum of the binomial coefficients equals to 2 to the power of n, so that 2 to the power of n by n factorial is the given result. This is the value of 1 by n factorial star 1 by n factorial. These are the most important problems on convolution theorem for external exam.